For the sixth time, the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series has returned to the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivieres. Everyone in town has turned out to see the big show. And no driver in any racing series has been hotter than DJ Kennington.
It has been a magical season for Kennington and crew. They've been on a tear, winning 5 races in a row and taking a commanding points lead. Now the series stops at Trois-Rivieres, where Kennington hopes his thrilling tour of dominance continues, and others hope that their luck changes.
Welcome to Trois-Rivieres.
We're located on the north shore of the St. Lawrence River as the 8th round of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, presented by Mobil 1, stops at the historic street race in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec for the JuliaWine.com 100. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Bradley, along with Billy Rouse Jr. and Todd Lewis as trackside. Billy, this is always a great stop on the NASCAR calendar.
Dave, it's a great little track. 10 tight turns, all surrounded by concrete. It's like a cage match with stock cars, and the Quebec fans come out in droves to watch the action.
In qualifying yesterday, it was local boy done good. LP Dumoulin took his first career NASCAR pole under perfect conditions. The number 47 WeatherTech.ca Dodge crossed the line at a time of 1 minute and 7.821 seconds. And the 33-year-old Trois-Rivieres driver is standing by with our Todd Lewis. Todd?
Well, guys, LP Dumoulin had a spectacular lap in qualifying. Now, LP, your brother had a great race earlier today. I know you want to have another one here today.
Obviously, we want to put the WeatherTech.ca car in front, and then we've been fast yesterday in qualification, and you know, in front of my fans here, my friends and family in Trois-Rivieres, we really want to be on the podium, and then to get the victory would be great.
Good luck today.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
All right, LP Dumoulin looking forward to a spectacular run here today. Now, J.R. Fitzpatrick, he's looking for another victory. He opened this season with a victory at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park on the road course. Hasn't had one since. Andrew Ranger, he has 3 consecutive victories at this track. He'd like to pick up another one. But as we mentioned off the top, the hottest driver in the series, DJ Kennington in the Castrol Edge Dodge. 5 consecutive victories. If he were to pick up another win here today, that would tie the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series mark for most victories in a season and give him an even bigger lead in the championship standings.
And Todd, as we take a look at the Camusino.net points after 7 events, you take a look at that margin between first and second, 41 points. That's huge.
Well, Dave, with the new point system, it's going to be awful hard for anybody to mount a charge for the points lead against Kennington.
And Billy, with the amount of cars here and expected to show up at our next event in Montreal, if Kennington has a couple of bad outings, that'll help the rest of the field catch up. Once again, the military represented well here in Trois-Rivieres, and Member of Parliament Danielle Saint-Amand will have the command to start the engines.
Pilote, démarrez vos moteurs. Drivers, start your engines.
31 cars coming to life here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec for some exciting action on this street circuit.
Here's your pole sitter successfully firing his engine, the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick, yet to win here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec, or will it be that man, the 27 of Andrew Ranger, who has been dominant here on the streets of Trois-Rivieres. We'll ride on board with the 29 of Ray Cordemosh Jr. and as well with the 21 Bowers & Wilkins Dodge of Jason White.
Have a look there. That's the 66 of Robin Buck, last year's winner in the rain, and we're starting to see rain on the windows of these race cars.
And Billy, would they have the cars on rain tires yet or not?
No, right now, the racetrack has not been deemed a wet race. NASCAR needs to make the decision whether it's a wet or dry race, and that decision right now is dry.
And with our luck, of course, just a chance of rain all weekend long, and as soon as we call to start the engines. Here comes the rain.
Well, some crew chiefs have been pretty smart watching the Weather Network, and I'm telling you, some of them are going to be set up looking for this wetness to move in, and what that means is tires and sway bars set up for the wet.
Well, as the cars set off on their pace laps, so we do have 2 new competitors joining the series this afternoon. One being Benoit Teague in the Camusino.net Chevrolet. Benoit is no stranger to Trois-Rivieres. The Quebec Road Course Race Ace has won a total of 5 events here in Grand Am and other enduro type of events.
Well, Dave, he does have home track knowledge, but these stock cars drive a little differently. He's been doing a lot of testing, getting ready for Trois-Rivieres and the next event, Montreal.
And Billy, the promoters here at Trois-Rivieres decided to run a Quebec Sportsman Series event a couple of nights ago. The winner got a chance to pilot a NASCAR Canadian Tire Series car in this event. The 67 of Xavier Coupal took the win, but was actually disqualified for having a light transmission. That is lucky, though, for second-place driver Francois Lessard, who now controls the number 10 Chevrolet in today's JulieWine.com 100. And as the field forms up, let's take a look at the Pizza starting grid. Your pole sitter is LP Dumoulin. Starting alongside is the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. In row number 2, Andrew Ranger in the 27 and Scott Steckley in the 22, defending series champion. DJ Kennington, winner of 5 in a row, will start to the inside of row 3 alongside the 60 of Ron Beauchamp. Martin Awatt in the 90 and Eli Arsenault in the 03 make up row number 4. Last year's winner, the 66, is Robin Bach, and JF Dumoulin starts in the 04. Jason Hathaway is in the 3, and Peter Kloot drives the 42. That's row number 6. Taking a look back to row number 7, Harry Mix back behind the wheel, and Alex Labbe is in the 36. Benoit Teague in the 73, and Howie Scannell drives the 56. That's row number 8. Back another row to row number 9. Noel Dowler in the 5, and Hugo Vanini in the 97. And then row number 10 has Isabelle Tremblay in the 07. Dave Corsol drives the 94. Row number 11 has the 21 of Jason White. And Francois Lessard drives the 10. We spoke about him a little earlier. Driver of the 99 is Derek White. And he'll start alongside the 71 of Patrice Brisebois. Dave Connolly drives the 82. And Larry Jackson's in the 81. That's row 13. Ray Quartermanche Jr. is in the 29. Mike Schultz is in the 11. And a look back to row number 15, Dave Thorndike in the 67. There's Jeff Lapsevich in the 23. And starting in the final row, row number 16, all by himself, the 55 of Dexter Stacey.
Dave, as we look across the sky, the winds are picking up, the skies are getting black, and the rain's still coming down. NASCAR's got a real tough decision, wet or dry start.
Well, we continue under caution. The track not completely lost. No standing water yet, but it is raining. As we ride on board with Jason White, let's take a look at today's E3 Sparkplugs race analysis.
Well, Dave, it's 42 laps, 100 kilometers, and as I said earlier, 10-turn, tricky road course, walls on both sides. Last year's winner, Robin Buck in the rain, and look at the weather coming now.
And you saw from that onboard shot, and you see from this one, the cars are fitted with defrosters, so wipers, they have brake lights, and they will need those rain tires if this gets any wetter. So you see the fans with umbrellas in hands. Let's go down pit side to Todd with the Leland lead up to the green. Todd?
Just like last year, rain is going to have an impact on this race. NASCAR's just made the determination that it will be a wet race to start. They're going to allow all the teams to come in, make the switch to rain tires, maybe put a little Rain X on the windshield and help these drivers with the visibility. Remember, a lot of drivers like it when it rains. They think it can be a great equalizer. We'll see if it helps some or hurts others.
Well, the real good road course racers like Robin Buck and that 27 car, they're going to be tough in the wet anyway. But the real deal is which crew chiefs seen this coming and are prepared.
Well, you saw the race fans all trying to cover from the elements as the rain continues to fall. A good shot of Derek White in the 99 as the cars all line up and head for pit lane. Some car covers coming out as the rain comes down in a torrential downpour. Here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec, the covers are on, the cars are shut off on pit lane, and now finally those rugged race fans start to look for cover, but we're going to hang on. We'll try and get this race underway when we return to Trois-Rivieres. The 8th round of the 2012 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series is brought to you by Canadian Tire. Love of racing? Bring it on. By Mopar. Authentic performance. By Castrol Edge. Our best Castrol ever. And by Bowers & Wilkins. Available at Future Shop. Well, it came down hard and it came down fast, but now the sun is shining, and NASCAR has informed us that they are going to get the standing water off the track, and the teams are going to put on their rain tires. That's important.
Well, Dave, that racetrack looks really good to me right now. Just damp. Outside the racing groove, a lot of water standing there, but not a big problem on the racetrack. But look at this behind the grandstand. We could have kayak races in the pit area.
Well, at this point, we just need to get the cars out on the track and get a dry line established, as you mentioned, Billy. But let's go down to Todd. It looks more like a wet dog at this point. Todd?
Well, after the big heavy showers have gone through, sun's come out. Looks pretty nice now. Andrew, you and the rest of the teams are starting to get ready for rain. How do you think it's going to change this track here at Trois-Rivieres?
You know what? I think it's got to be crazy for everybody. You know, the track is really wet, and the setup is for a dry setup, so we put rain tire, and I think we're all ready for that one. It's got to be a good challenge for us.
All right, good luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Andrew Ranger, he's going to get strapped in shortly. J.R. Fitzpatrick and the rest of the teams getting their cars equipped with Goodyear Eagle rain tires. When we come back, the Trois-Rivieres will be ready to race.
Welcome back to the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivieres. It's been an eventful day, to say the least, for the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. 31 drivers fired up their motors for the JuliaWine.com 100. And then the rain came immediately after. Now, NASCAR parked the cars, got the track under control, and we're currently underway, but still under caution.
And Dave, what that means is NASCAR has started the lap count, but kept the cars under the caution car. And next time around, we're told, the caution car is going to pull in, and we're going to start racing here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec.
And that is music to the ears of these hardy race fans here in Trois-Rivieres. There you see the Dodge SRT Charger pace car pull into pit lane, and it will be a side-by-side start with LP Dumoulin in the 47 alongside the 84 as the field forms up here onto the front straight. Now they make their way onto the front straightaway. A 31-car strong field here in NASCAR Canadian Tire Series cars, and historic Trois-Rivieres, Quebec, and the green flag flies, and we're underway.
Immediately, Andrew Ranger takes a look to the inside. It gets all kinds of squirrely. 84, J.R. Fitzpatrick around the outside. The preferred groove in the wet is out of the main groove, Dave, to stay away from the oil and rubber.
And you saw Dumoulin in that main groove get all kinds of crossways. He slotted into second behind the 84 of Fitzpatrick, but normally it's a land rush start here as they make their way through turn number 3 side by side, but alongside another driver there. You see some bumping and banging going on through turn 3.
Well, the tightest part of the racetrack, and they made it through there too wide. What a talented bunch of race car drivers.
That has got to be hair-raising, to say the least. Pass for the lead now. Dumoulin to the inside of the 84. That's turn number 5. And they'll drag race to turn 6.
J.R. Fitzpatrick on the outside, able to keep the momentum. Right now, Dave, it's all about throttle control off the corner. Don't spin the tires. Short shift the motor so you're not making a whole lot of torque and horsepower to stop that rear tire from spinning.
Important to note that dry patches are starting to form here on the racetrack. Now, these cars are on wet tires. Billy, what does that mean? Are these tires going to go away quickly? What's the deal?
Well, they're a little softer compound, but the main ingredient is their groove. And what the groove does is allow the water pressure between the asphalt and the tire to dissipate the water. So it forces the water out from underneath the tire so it does not hydroplane.
First lap completed under green flag conditions, and the leader was the 47 of LP Dumoulin, but once again, it's the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. J.R. will tell you he's not very good at racing in the rain because he only knows one speed, and that's flat out.
Well, J.R. Fitzpatrick is one of those young talents who has no fear, a ton of talent, and runs the car on the edge lap after lap. And in the wet, that could bite you, but right now he's putting on a clinic. Well done, JR.
Speaking of on the edge, the 27 of Andrew Ranger got all kinds of out of shape. Second now on the all-time wins list after the 17 of DJ Kennington went on a tear out west.
J.R. Fitzpatrick still leading out front. We can see the dry spots starting to come, Dave, as the heat out from underneath these stock cars starts to dry off the racetrack.
And on behalf of the fans here, we have to send a big thanks to Dominic Fougère, the event promoter, and Brad Moran, the series director, Trevor Hambley, the race director here, and all the series and track officials for their hard work in getting this event back on track. It's a miracle it's even underway.
Well, those parts of the racetrack that had 8, 9, 10 inches of water on it, and he just had to pump it out. You couldn't just hope for it to go away. It had to be pumped out and moved off the racing surface.
So another lap in the books, and this one is the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Now, interesting to note, Fitzpatrick, a couple of top 5s and 3 top 10s here in the 5 starts in Trois-Rivieres, and he's second on the most laps led list here in Trois-Rivieres.
Well, we said he's got lots of talent, and he has no fear, and he's getting the job done here today in Three Rivers.
But how about last year's Rookie of the Year as we ride on board with the WeatherTech.ca Dodge?
He's certainly using his experience to full capacity here today. And that guy right behind him is no slouch either. Andrew Ranger looking down the inside.
And Ranger won't make that pass stick as they get onto those concrete patches and all the way crossways. Is the 27 Ranger is not letting up in the least.
Well, throttle management is what it's all about. You cannot spin the rear wheels. And Andrew Ranger was lighting them up for all he was worth, trying to get the job done.
Last year, the conditions were just so horrible, and the 66 car of Robin Buck opened up a huge lead through the middle portion of that race. Seems to be struggling just a little bit, but he's coming on now as the track starts to dry, and now putting a move on the 22 of Scott Steckley as we take a look at this battle for second once again.
Well, as the racetrack dries out, these tires will run just a tad warm, so you'll see guys ducking out into the water to cool off these rain tires.
And Buck has completed the pass on the Canadian Tire Dodge of Steckley, but he too is a little bit crossways as he gets antsy on that loud pedal. It's tough to stay off the gas pedal here, isn't it? Especially in these conditions.
Well, race car drivers are extremely competitive, and you know, you got all that horsepower and you want to use it all, every lap. But the conservative guy, whoa, there's some sideways for you. But the conservative guy will be just driving it like an egg underneath the gas pedal. Nice and gentle, don't spin the tires.
Fun to see that shot as we rode on board with the 21 of Jason White and the Bowers and Wilkins Dodge, but he's really just caressing that steering wheel. He's up 4 spots. He started in 17th, but he's having a good race, and you really have to just be gentle with that steering wheel, don't you?
You sure do, because you don't want to upset the race car. You got to let it take a set, get the thing slowed down while it's still straight, get the thing turned in the middle, and get it off the corner nice and straight. Fitzpatrick continues to lead. Don't go away.
J.R. Fitzpatrick, the 24-year-old NASCAR star from Cambridge, Ontario, leads the JuliaY.com 100 here in Trois-Rivieres.
Well, Dave, the racing groove is starting to dry out. There's still some wet spots offline, but for the most part, we're in dry conditions.
Now looking at the lap times, these rain tires, about 18 seconds from the pole time. That's how far off they are. The damp conditions, along with the groove rain tires, have slowed things down, but the racing action on track has been anything but slow. These 3 have been battling all race long.
Well, these Quebec fans are getting exactly what they paid for. Big-time stock car racing here, and they got 2 of their own racing for the lead with J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Through those famous Port Duplessis gates, that's turn number 3 here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec. This is the 43rd edition of the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivieres. And there you see the 04 of J.F. Dumoulin wiggle a little bit under braking in his Dodge, and he was successful in winning the Super Touring Car race earlier in the weekend. Wants to find victory lane in this one, too.
On board with the 27 of Andrew Ranger.
You're looking at the front windshield to this car, the WeatherTech.ca Dodge of LP Dumoulin. That's the younger brother of JF Dumoulin. So could it be a Dumoulin sweep on the weekend? We'll have to see.
Well, they'd certainly like to do that, and the fans would love to see it as well. But Andrew Ranger's been the king here several times.
Yeah, he's won 3 times out of 5 series events here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec. The other 2 races won by Robin Buck, as we've mentioned a couple times, and Kerry Mix, as we ride on board with your points leader, DJ Kennington, running in 6th spot, trying for 6 straight wins in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
Well, Dave, it would be magic, but the big thing for DJ Kennington right here at this race is to finish every lap and take what the racetrack gives them and go home with the points lead solidly intact.
Goes through turn number 3 as we continue to ride on board with the 17 of Kennington. And Billy, there were a few changes here at the track as they enter turn number 5.
Well, they moved the wall back a little bit in the tires because last year was just a little too tight on exit right there, and we were getting some tank slapping going on. They widened it out and made it a much better racetrack.
field, working its way past our camera stand there. You see the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. tagging on to the tail of that lead pack. And here comes the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Dives to the inside of the 47 for second spot.
Dave, he set him up beautifully. There was a dry corner, that last corner. He diamonded off, spun the rear wheels, got the inside position, and beat him to the brake zone. The 47 couldn't turn in until the 27 was gone.
Now look, he's setting up the race leader. J.R. Fitzpatrick is out in that normal racing line. The 27 goes to the inside, drifts to the outside. Now he'll try and tag back to the inside, working the steering wheel back and forth.
Well, I've been watching Andrew, and he's been blazing them rear tires, getting them nice and hot. And I'm telling you, he's getting some super stick up off the corner.
Is he worried about wearing them out, though?
No, this is a sprint race. You don't worry about wearing nothing out here but your opponent.
And now he's tucked in the draft for the Equipment Express Chevy of J.R. Fitzpatrick. And now to the inside, looking for the lead. The 27 of Andrew Ranger will go through uncontested. Smart move by J.R. Fitzpatrick to just let him go.
Big picture racing, you got to know when the man behind you is faster to let him go and pick your spots to take a run at him again. And now J.R. down the inside one time.
Whoa, hard on the brakes, and they made contact. Fitzpatrick trying to get out of it, but that track just a little bit wet. Tough to get the braking he needed, but Andrew Ranger masterfully hung on to it. And he remains your race leader.
And last year's winner, the 66, Robin Buck, sitting in fourth place.
Yeah, he's been climbing the ranks as this race moves on. The JuliaWines.com 100 here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec has been every bit of exciting as some action on pit lane. The 90 of Martin Edouard, there's the 36 of Alex Lebay, and the 03 of Eli Arsenault also down pit lane.
Crew members going to need life preservers to work on those cars, Dave.
Yeah, that's tough conditions to work in, isn't it?
Well, they got to stay within their pit box, and here's a pass for third spot. That's the 66 of Robin Buck.
Here those tires locking up. Buck will get a little bit crossways, but move the Quaker State Dodge into third spot. Now he'll use that run alongside the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Piece of bodywork down. You see that, Billy?
That's a trunk lid laying just off the line there in that corner.
Yeah, the NASCAR officials are going to take a good hard look at that one, see if it warrants a caution. So far, no yellow flag, but let's take another look at how this got there. And it's Dave Connolly in the 82. The arm prior driver is now down pit lane. Todd?
Obvious damage to the rear end of the 82 of Dave Connolly. They want to make sure that that fuel cell is safely intact, and NASCAR inspectors are having a look at it before they send it back out.
And guys, the other thing they're looking at right there, that's the vent. And the vent not only has to be fastened to the race car. Oh, Andrew Ranger with a mistake. Unheard of. I've seen Andrew Ranger, a very good road course racer, won here 3 times, just made a mistake. But J.R. Fitzpatrick unable to capitalize.
Yeah, it looks like he just gone in a little bit too hot, but gathered it back up. Ranger continues to lead and now widens his gap on the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. But as you mentioned, Billy, the 82 of Connolly, you see his crew just kind of shrugging their shoulders and not much they can do.
Well, I started to tell you about the vent. It not only has to be fastened properly to the race car, it also has a ground wire on it because of static discharge when and if you do fuel the race car.
So we're riding on board with your race leader. 11 laps in the books here in Trois-Rivieres. Welcome back to race number 8 of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, the JuliaWine.com 100, and your race leader continues to be the 27 of Andrew Ranger, who's putting a lap on the 29 of Ray Quartermash Jr., sits in 29th position. That's the pink card at the inside.
Well, Dave, the 29's been fighting that transmission the whole race, but they've decided to stick it out because they need as much seat time as they can getting ready for Montreal.
And Billy, you know, we look in the running order here. We've got a Dodge sitting in front. We've got a Chevy sitting in second, another Dodge rounding out the top 3. But interesting to note, Ford has won 3 times here in Trois-Rivieres. Dodge has only won 2.
Well, also what's not in that stat is Andrew Ranger has drove both those style cars.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been just a dominant driver as he moves around the 11 car of Mike Schultz, who's in 24th. He's now 2 laps down here, race leader.
Well, still quite a bit of water as you come down through the gates. A pretty tricky and narrow spot on the racetrack.
And Billy, we're pretty excited because the next race will be from Montreal, and it's the Napa Auto Pro 100, and it will be presented live on TSN. You can watch that race on August 18th. That's going to be fun.
Dave, I'm looking forward to Montreal. We've got an addition there. Austin Dillon driving the number 4 out of the Fitzpatrick Motorsports stable. Should be fun to watch.
Grandson of Richard Childress in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. I'm going to echo those sentiments, Billy. It will be fun to watch as you take a look at last year's winner here in Trois-Rivieres. The track continues to dry, and the race leader continues to open up a huge gap on the rest of the field.
Well, we're starting to see which crew chiefs guess the right way on setup, wet or dry, and the drivers are doing a masterful job. Only one crash so far.
Battle for 18th just passed by our camera stand. The 07 of Isabelle Tremblay and the 99 of Derek White. And the Frank Wyman Dodge, the one driven by Isabelle Tremblay, having a decent run here. She's just in the car part-time this year after running a full season in 2011, but she's given it a decent run.
Whoa, Noel Dowler around backwards in the MCO 5.
And Dowler has been dealing with brake problems in this race car since iCar, the second race of the season, and it looks like they've bitten them again. We'll ride on board.
Hard on the throttle down the backstretch, lifting, grabbing a gear, and down on the brake pedal. Oh, a little bit of, you can see the camera shaking and the thing's stuck in neutral and goes around backwards.
I would say the camera losing focus is a pretty good indication that there's significant wheel hop there.
Yeah, they call it the hospital hop, but you know what? He did a great job. He kept it out of the fence. No trip to the hospital for the car.
Now Ranger all over the back bumper of that 07 of Isabelle Tremblay. Benoit Teague in the 73 just ahead of them.
Andrew Ranger still driving that thing all kinds of sideways off the corner. You'd think the crew chief would be on the radio telling him you got lots of room back off. No back off in this fellow in his home country. He wants to put on a clinic here in Three Rivers.
And he really is. He's lapping the car that currently sits in 19th position. So Andrew Ranger not yet on cruise control as he continues to hammer on it.
Well, he's chasing the 07, trying to put her a lap down, and she does not want to go a lap down in case the caution comes out, so she can stay on the lead lap and not use up the free pass.
No, and she'll see the blue flag, so she'll know that the faster car is behind, and Ranger has to grab a footful of brake as the 07 chops off the nose of the 2070 race leader. This a lap down car battling with the leader of the race.
Down the front stretch, we should say, oh, there, Andrew Ranger giving her the old fish shake as he goes down the front stretch.
And I think giving the NASCAR officials the old fish shake, too, telling them maybe you can indicate to Isabelle Spotter that there's a leader behind her. And now the 99 goes around. That's in turn 2. And Derek White made slight contact with the outside wall, but he will get things going again. No caution yet.
J.R. Fitzpatrick all by himself in the second position, but the real fight is for third right here. Last year's winner, 66, Robin Buck, and the 47 of Dumoulin.
Dumoulin started on pole, his first career NASCAR pole position in front of a hometown crowd. Now he looks to put it on the podium as he took a look to the inside of the 66, but couldn't make it stick.
Wow, 2 black marks coming off the corner. He's hard on the loud pedal.
That car off deeper in the field. You saw that flash of black as we watched this battle. It was a 73 of Benoit Teague. Heavy off in turn number 5.
Oh, he missed the corner altogether. Something had to happen on board that race car.
We were following this dice for third spot between the 66 of Buck and the 47 of Dumoulin, but all the while, Teague, something must have broke on that 73 car because he went off a ton.
He didn't scrub off much speed before he made heavy contact with the retaining wall.
So once again, it continues to be Robin Buck holding off all challenges from the 47 of LP Dumoulin, but nobody yet being able to catch the 27 of Andrew Ranger. J.R. Fitzpatrick, Billy, as you mentioned, sitting in second spot. This a battle for third.
Amazing, the 47 using up every inch of this racetrack, trying to overtake the 66 of Robin Buck, and he's down there this time, under braking. Can he get the job done side by side? He's there.
Now he's going to have him cleared before getting into that corner. Robin Buck, a veteran on the road courses, street courses, so he knows that, you know what, I'll brake now, let him go by, and try and save up my tires, maybe cool them off a little bit and make a run a little bit later on.
The 47, obviously the fastest of the 2 race cars, as he opened it back up, and Robin Buck sets it back in, making a charge, but the 47 drives away again.
Now, Buck won here last year, as we've mentioned, but previously, in his other 3 starts here in Trois-Rivieres, he hasn't finished any better than about 20th. That's his average finish here.
Well, the track has certainly given fits over the years. Halfway, the Tim Hortons halfway update, Dave.
And we've had 3 leaders so far. No cautions, and as we say that, the yellow flag comes out. And the nice surprise in this race is Francois Lessard, who sits in 15th position after winning his way into this event. But that's the reason for the caution. And you see the 73 with damage already to the nose of the Camusino.net Chevy. He had hit pretty hard. That's turn number 5. And mechanical issues for the number 81 of Larry Jackson as well.
Oh, bad luck for the 81. The B&B Decals Dodge, he was just trying to get some road course seat time here, and he was staying out of trouble.
Good news, he should be in Montreal for the Napa Auto Pro 100, which is the next event, but we'll bring it back here to the JuliaY.com 100. Welcome back to the JuliaY.com 100 here in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec, as we line up for our first restart of the afternoon here on lap 27. And everybody's chasing the number 27 of Andrew Ranger, but this is going to be interesting. A dry track now for the most part, as the field will line up 2 by 2, all bunched closely together. Sean Gibbs will hold the field until most of the cars are on the front straightaway, and the green flag waves. We're back underway.
Andrew Ranger gets a decent jump, and he's got the preferred inside groove, and there's the 66 of Robin Buck, able to overtake the 47.
Should mention the 99 of Derek White received the VTEC free pass. 18 cars now in the lead lap. 5 have retired from the race.
Side by side, down through the gates. No, single file as the 47 has got the best of the 66.
Some drivers thinking of making it side by side as we ride on board the 21 of Jason White.
Under brakes, Andrew Ranger able to put 2 to 3 car lengths on the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
So Robin Buck wiggle in 4th spot. The 22 of Scott Steckley and the 17 of DJ Kennington round out the top 6, all having very good races. And there's the 04 of Dumoulin. How about the 02 of Kerry Mix, jumping up inside the top 10?
Well, Kerry Mix ran well here in the past. He's also had a win here.
On board now, the Rockstar Energy, number 3 of Jason Hathaway. He finished on the podium here back in 2008, finishing up in 3rd spot. And Hathaway running in 12th currently, and look at Dumoulin going for 2nd spot to the inside of the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. They may have touched. Whoa, Fitzpatrick drifting it. And now he'll gather it back up. They're still side by side through turn number 2, headed for the gates.
Wow, trading the groove back and forth. One in the wet, one in the dry. They've traded this spot side by side now for 4 corners. And J.R. Fitzpatrick able to retain 2nd spot.
Remember how Robin Buck let the 47 go just a little while ago? He almost capitalized in that dogfight between Dumoulin and the Fitzpatrick. He poked his nose, but he backed out again. That is what a veteran does. He waits for those opportunities.
J.R. Fitzpatrick was pedaling that 84 on the outside. He got out there in the damp stuff, lost a little traffic, but never lost his head. He kept on the throttle and got the spot back, and now the 47 is going to have to work to take another shot at him.
Well, this battle's going to have the 27, Andrew Ranger, smiling inside that full-face helmet. He is able to open up a huge gap as soon as 2 cars start battling side by side. Just as these 2 continue to do, they're going at it hammer and tong with 13 laps to go.
Well, J.R. Fitzpatrick got to defend the inside. This is what happened last time. Right here in turn 1, the 47 gets down the inside. That puts the 84 out the damage. And here we go, side by side. What's going to happen? And one more time, JR ends up with the dampness, and he's going to lose the spot this time.
Well, you know J.R. Fitzpatrick isn't going to give up easily. The 66 of Buck is right there to fill that hole if it indeed opens, and so is the 22. And how about the 17 of DJ Kennington in 6th spot? Again, still searching for his 6th straight NASCAR Canadian Tire Series win.
Listen to the Masterberg. Oh, the 47 and the 84 going right at it. What I was going to say is 17, DJ Kennington looking for a win, but I'm telling you what he's really looking for is a clean race and take the race car home in one piece and not lose any of those championship points.
He said he was lucky to get out of Edmonton with a race win on the road courses. Strongest races are indeed the ovals, but DJ Kennington, no slouch when we start turning left and right.
No, you can run anything you want with DJ Kennington. He's smooth, he's a veteran, and he'll bring the race car home for the most part every race without a mark on it.
Tell you who is pushing it, the 84 of Fitzpatrick in third spot. He is not happy losing that position to the WeatherTech.ca number 47 of LP Dumoulin, who continues to slide corners himself. These two drivers are on it.
Action throughout the whole field. The big action is for second spot. You got 3 cars going at it hard. Then you got the 22 and the 17 just sitting there watching the show.
But all by himself out in front of the field is the 27 of Andrew Rangers. We get down to the nitty-gritty here in Trois-Rivieres. You're watching a battle for 5th spot here in race number 8 of the 2012 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. I'm Dave Bradley. Joining me in the booth is Billy Rouse Jr. and Todd Lewis is trackside. Billy, Scott Steckley has 5th and DJ Kennington wants it.
Well, the 22 getting all kinds of loose up off the corner. DJ wants to take advantage. DJ better look in the mirror. The 3-car Hathaway is coming fast.
But what a difference a little bit of time makes. We started this race. The skies were dark. The rain was pouring down. And now the sun is out and the track's nearly dry.
And throw in a caution to tighten the field back up. And we got racing all over this 10-turn course.
We saw a flash of the 3-car of Jason Hathaway. He's gone on a charge. He's up in 7th spot. He was in 19th at one point during this race.
Well, with the changing track, oh, the 17's going to get the 22 coming up off the corner.
And something must have broken on the 22 of Scott Steckley, but Billy, we've got a replay from DJ's teammate who had an issue in turn number 1. Have a look.
Well, he went down into the corner with Hugo Vanini, and they made contact, and around he went, and a smoke show kept the car going.
Jason White kept it off the wall. He grabs a few gears and gets going. No caution, the important part, especially for that man. He's your race leader, and Patrice Brisebois on the 71 backwards. He'll have to spin things around and find the proper direction.
Hathaway taking a shot at the 22, but could not get the job done this time.
Looking for 6th spot as the snap-on dodge of Jason Hathaway as we run on board. Steckley wiggled just a little bit there. Could his brakes be going up? Now he's right off the racing surface into the painted area, and I was just going to question you, is it brakes?
I can't really speculate, but something obviously not right on the race car. It's not turning into the corner just right. Could be carrying too much speed. 5 laps to go, folks. 5 to go.
Yeah, well, Scott Steckley and the rest of the field will be in preservation mode at this point because I don't think anybody's going to catch the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Has been putting on an absolute clinic, but you can find out where your favorite driver is running with the ticker across the top of your screen. Andrew Ranger has been pretty much perfect all afternoon here today.
Well, he's certainly shown his experience here at Three Rivers, and he's got it on cruise control. He's out of that corner down the straightaway, and nobody's even in sight.
And Billy, let's stop it down for the Bowers and Wilkins sounds of the race. Brought to you by Bowers and Wilkins, giving you an idea of what these drivers are listening to all race long inside of those NASCAR Canadian Tire Series race cars.
Well, we got to look inside several race cars as they were at speed here at Three Rivers. Pretty interesting, great sounding race cars.
So the leader has worked around the 71 of Patrice Brisebois, putting that car another lap down, or should I say just 1 lap down. I'm looking back for 2nd place, and that driver yet to make turn number 5, but it is the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick, and there's Dexter Stacey in the 55 who's around.
Turn 10, not a good spot to be sitting stalled. The 55 maybe not able to get the car refired.
Stacey making his first start as the leader will go by, and there you saw the stop. Dexter Stacey dodge, but he's hoping to make a start in the NASCAR Nationwide Series in Montreal. And now the caution will fly because of the stop 55 of Stacy in turn number 10, and some other problems too for the 94 of Dave Coursol. There goes the 55. So he got together with the 11 of Mike Schultz, and there is the 94 of Dave Coursol in the CarQuest Dodge.
Well, a timely stop. We're going to bunch the field up one more time and most likely have a green-white checker, Dave. How many times have we seen this excitement this season?
Yeah, you can see the crew, hands on their hips. That's Andrew Ranger's crew. He had a huge lead, and that lead will evaporate. But this is going to be dynamite for the fans in the stands and for us here in the booth. You don't want to miss it. Ever dreamt about having your name on a race car? It's only restart number 2, but we're setting up for a green-white checkered finish here in the JuliaWine.com 100 in Trois-Rivieres, Quebec. Andrew Ranger is your leader. He will pace them back to green. Local hero, the 47 of LP Dumoulin, your pole sitter at the beginning of this race, will restart alongside in second. J.R. Fitzpatrick in third. It's going to be a land rush start. Turn number 1 is going to be the action corner. The green flag is out once again.
Light the fuse. This is going to be dynamite.
Robin Buck in the 66 sitting in 4th spot. Dumoulin gets crossed up all the way to the outside wall.
J.R. Fitzpatrick able to use the same move the 47 put on him. Stuck him out the damp. Is he able to stake the spot through the gates? Oh, this is exciting.
They're all single file through the Duplessis gates, and still nobody can touch the 27 Dodge of Andrew Ranger. Can Fitzpatrick make a move under braking? He can't even close that gap. The 84 content to sit in second as he gets out and touches the wall. Everybody does. Top 4 cars all brush the wall in turn 5.
Well, it's a good thing they moved the fence back because JR used up every inch of racetrack that time. Now he's got to defend the 47.
The 47 is hungry. LP Dumoulin sat on the pole for the first time. He's looking for second place in front of a hometown crowd. He'll have it now as J.R. Fitzpatrick just made a minor mistake, and that opened the door for the WeatherTech.ca Dodge. White flag is out.
Dumoulin able to seal the deal as JR slipped just by 1.5 feet or so and got out into the dampness, and the 47 took the spot. Now JR has to defend to Robin Buck.
And Robin Buck is coming. The Quaker State Dodge is crossways off the turn number 1. And the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington sitting in there as well. He's waiting for this action to die down in front of him. See how it plays out.
DJ Kennington gonna come home in 5th spot if everything stays just the way it is. What a points day for our leader.
Now Buck looks to the outside, back to the inside. 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. And you see Hathaway with problems. Big smoke from the Rockstar Energy Dodge down the back straightaway. His day is done. But everybody continues to chase the 27 Andrew Ranger.
Robin Buck hunting all over the back bumper of the 84 car trying to get that spot.
Ranger with a little bit of breathing room. The 71 now of Patrice Brisebois off the pace as well. Now working through the final few corners. He's won here 3 times before. He's won 15 times in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. Make it 16 for Andrew Ranger.
The 47 comes second. The 84, J.R. Fitzpatrick takes third. Robin Buck fourth. And DJ Kennington, our points leader, comes home in 5th spot.
And let's go down pit side to Todd.
Jim Ellis, the crew chief for Andrew Ranger, just told him he drove an awesome race. Been waiting a while to get back for another victory, haven't you?
Yeah, you bet we have. Been a little while. We've been working hard at it. We knew he'd come.
Go celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you.
And they have not only a race win to celebrate, but Andrew Ranger ties DJ Kennington for the most NASCAR Canadian Tire Series wins with 16. This is going to be a party here today. You ever dreamt about having your name on a race? A record-setting day for the 27 of Andrew Ranger as he pulls into victory lane, and Todd standing by to speak with him. Todd?
Seatbelts off, helmet off, Hans device off. Andrew Ranger coming out of that number 27 Dodge. 4 times here now at Trois-Rivieres. Said it would be a battle before the start of the race. Weren't sure about the conditions. This may be your toughest one here, but maybe the most satisfying as well.
Definitely. You know, it's so great to win another race here on Trois-Rivieres. it's such a good place. And again, I'm on board the Dodge, dealer Dodge of Quebec support us. My team gave me a really good car. Tim worked really hard this weekend to give me a good car, so really happy about it. And it's fantastic. It's been a tough one, the track was really wet. Some place was wet, some place dry. So I tried different line, but my car was flying today, so I'm very happy.
Congratulations. 4 wins here at Trois-Rivieres for Andrew Ranger.
Tell you what, he drove the wheels off that race car all day, and the fans standing to show their appreciation. As we take a look at the top 20, Jeff Lapsevich, Isabelle Tremblay starting deep in the field. They came home inside the top 10. Great run for those 2 drivers. And as we take a look at the second half of the top 20, Noel Dowler, David Thorndike inside the top 20. And how about Francois Lessard in the 10, coming home 13th. Todd standing by with your second place finisher.
LP, you had pretty good weekend here in your hometown. Pretty satisfying.
I am very satisfied. The WeatherTech.ca Benmar Samabrak car was really good, and we did the pole, and afterwards in the race we've been fighting really hard to stay up front and finally finished second behind Andrew. Andrew was pretty fast, and I had a problem with my brake bias. I couldn't play with it, go back and forward, rear and front, which is really important in those conditions especially. So I was having a hard time with my braking at the end of the race, but anyway, it's fine. We're happy. The WeatherTech.ca is up front, and we're going to Montreal now.
Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Expect a strong showing from the 47 car in Montreal as well. And taking a look at the Camacino.net point standings, Andrew Ranger now up into second position. Scott Steckley drops 1, and LP Dumoulin on the strength of that second place finish now in 5th. And Todd's with your third place finisher.
Hard-fought day, JR. Podium finisher, Trois-Rivieres.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it. We've been top 3 in Saskatoon, top 3 here. We're just missing that a little bit. The track was just wet enough. We're surrounded by road course ace, Robin Buck, LP, and Andrew. So I still have a little bit more to learn on a wet track, but glad to finish third around them guys.
Tough run for the youngster, J.R. Fitzpatrick, but a good solid points day. All the drivers were thumbs up when they strapped in earlier on today, but then Mother Nature decided to throw a wrench at things, and the sky opened up, and it rained. And boy, did it rain. And then it rained even a little bit more. We needed everybody and their brother to help dry this track. Some drivers opting for alternative modes of transportation around the pits. Ankle-high water in some spots, but the track finally did drive, and the field lined up in wet racing. And yes, there were some bumps and there were some bangs along the way, but in the end, it was all number 27 of Andrew Ranger. A flawless race for the driver from Quebec, all the way to victory lane. And now he gets to stand on the top step of the podium and is presented the Molson Trophy, first awarded to Gilles Villeneuve back in 1977. The JuliaWine.com 100 has been brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn. By Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor. And by Camacino.net.
And to the victor go the spoils. The trophy girl gives them the bubbly.
All smiles on the podium. Don't forget, our next race will be live from Montreal, the Napa Auto Pro 100 on August 18th. From all of us at TSN, we'll see you there.